All right. Let's go. Cali Kesh in the building. Why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Shunn, aka Solo, Phatkidz Entertainment promotion from Lubbock, Texas.
And give us your pronouns.
He, him.
Okay. Tell us, how did you get to that point?
Which point you talking about?
The he, him. If you want to elaborate on that.
Well, I mean, it's really been me all my life. This is my third year in transition. You know what I'm saying? But I've always felt like this was me, you know what I'm saying, from my early childhood, and I'm just now being able to grow into who I've always felt like I was the last 3 years.
Okay, for those that don't know, are you comfortable with explaining what transition is?
Sure, I mean, I can only say what transition means to me. Transition means to me is becoming who you are, becoming who you feel like you need to be as a person. You know, transition means a lot of different things to people for a lot of different reasons. You know, you can transition from a lot of things in life. You know what I'm saying? I can transition from being an ex-con because I am an ex-con, so now I'm transitioning into being a better man. So I'm trying to be more law-abiding, per se. You know what I'm saying? So I'm transitioning from being, you know what I'm saying, street-minded to business-minded in a sense. So transition goes a lot of different ways.
Okay, so let's talk about the ex-con part. What brought you to that point to being a convict, for those that don't know?
Just life, wanting, you know what I'm saying, wanting the finer things in life, you know what I'm saying, just seeing, you know what I'm saying, the fast life. I was young, fascinated with the streets, per se, you know what I'm saying, so I got into, you know, selling dope when I was about 15 years old, you know what I'm saying. My first trip to prison was when I was 19. I did 5 years, so I came out when I was like 26. I came home, I stayed home about a year and a half. I went back, did another 3 years. So after that, you know what I'm saying, I decided like I'm gonna keep repeating the cycle or I'm gonna do something different. So at that point, I decided, me and my ex-wife, we did an artificial insemination. We had a son, and then I think from that point on, I had a responsibility. So I had somebody that depended on me. So that kind of transitioned me into doing something different, to being a better person, because I had somebody else that relied on me.
Okay, let's talk about your. I want to back up and let's talk about your first 5 years in the penitentiary. Was it the state penitentiary or the federal penitentiary?
It was state. It was state.
It was state. And I assume it was a women's facility.
Correct, it was.
Okay. How did you operate in there? Whatever that means.
As far as operate, I mean, being in a women's prison and being a per se stud guy, women thrive on that because it's something that they're missing in the outside world. So you're giving them something that they're missing. So I mean, for me, it was kind of easy, laid back, because it was like you have so many women that per se cater to you because you're filling a void in them that they're not getting from the outside world. So I mean, it was kind of at the time and point, it was cool, it was exciting, it was fun, because you know what I'm saying, you got so many different options per se. So, yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask, when you first went in, was there any fear?
It was really no fear. I would say the only fear was that of the unknown, knowing what not to, you know, not knowing what to expect. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a different environment at first, you know what I'm saying, from going from being in county to transitioning to going to the pen. You know what I'm saying? So that was another transition. You know what I'm saying? Being in the county is one thing because you're around people that you pretty much know from the streets.
Okay.
You know, and when you transition to the penitentiary, then you go to being around people that you've never known or you've never seen. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different experience being in the county to being in the penitentiary.
Okay, so I sometimes hear when people go from the county to the penitentiary, it's almost a relief in the penitentiary because you get to experience like the outside. Is that true?
I mean, it's a relief in a sense because you get more maneuvering room. You get to do more things versus being in the county. Because when you're in the county, you're basically sitting in a cell for like 23, 22 hours a day. You know, really not doing anything. So, yeah, it's a big difference when you transition to the penitentiary because you get a lot more maneuvering room. You get a lot more opportunities per se. You know what I'm saying? You get OJT training, you get, you know what I'm saying, you get a lot of skill training when you're in the penitentiary versus in the county. So yeah, I think it's a lot better than being in the county for sure.
So how did you maintain in the cell for 22 hours? Like, what did you do to stay sane?
Oh man, it's really it has to become a mind over matter situation, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this to say that because doing time is not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't do time, and it's just a realistic fact that I seen and I learned from doing time is you can do a crime, but everybody's not built to do the time behind, you know what I'm saying, whatever situation got them in a position that they were in. So it has to become a mind over matter situation. So you have to learn how to put yourself in a different zone per se. You have to really take your mind and put it somewhere else when it comes to dealing with things like
Okay, tell me some of the wildest stuff you've seen in the county.
in the county. Oh man, I mean, nothing really wild. I can recall about being in the county. Everything in the county was pretty much, I think, to me, norm. Just people trying to survive. You know what I mean? You know, putting the commissary in the bag, and you know what I'm saying, in a pillowcase, and you know you slide it down to the next cell to share it with your partner type stuff. So I mean, I pretty much felt that was the norm. You know what I'm saying, because everybody in there was trying to survive. You know, penitentiary. Nah, I mean, you seen something every day, basically. You know what I'm saying? You seen anything from where an inmate will walk up and, you know, pull a blade out and slice another inmate up just right there in front of you. Or you would walk in, you know what I'm saying, officers around and you see officers having sex with inmates. So I mean, penitentiary versus county, it's a whole different scenario.
Okay, so if an officer get caught by one of the inmates having sex with an inmate, do everybody just turn their head like they didn't see it? Do the officer try to bribe you? How does that work?
Man, it really depends on who the person is, you know what I'm saying? Because you have officers in rank that's high up, and you have COs. So it just really depends on the situation and who the person is. I mean, and if it's somebody of rank, you pretty much just kind of like, oh yeah, I didn't see that shit, and then, you know what I'm saying? And then an officer will be like, you catch a case, I got you, you know what I'm saying? I'll make the case go away type shit. So yeah, it's really kind of a like, you look out for me, I look out for you type thing.
Okay, so did you go to the penitentiary both times when you did your 5-year bid and your 3-year bid?
Yes.
Or was it all, okay, it was all Did you go to 2 different penitentiaries? Or okay. Okay. Now, how long have you been out?
Oh man, I've been out since 2009. Yeah.
Okay, so you hadn't went through transition before. I
No.
mean, okay,
No.
okay. Um, let's talk about your childhood. How was your childhood?
I mean, my childhood was pretty normal. Normal as I guess it can get. I come from a single parent home. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. So, just growing up, I mean, till I was the age of 6, almost, yeah, till the age of 6, I was by myself. My mom had my second sister when I was 6. So I have a sister with 6 years apart. I have a sister with 8 years apart, and then my brother, me and him are 10 years apart.
Okay, and you said you the oldest.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Okay, okay. How do your mom feel about your lifestyle, your transition?
Well, I mean, my mom passed away 9 months ago.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolence.
She actually passed away 2 days before my birthday, September. But the blessing in it is that she did get to see the start of my transition. She was here the first 2.5 years of my transition. So, I mean, and my birthday, well, she was really here the first 3 because my birthday actually made 3 years of my transition. So I was grateful and thankful that she was able to be here to see me at least get started and becoming who I always felt I was. So
Yeah.
that's a blessing, you know what I'm saying, in itself. And, hey, I mean, she was amazing. She was supportive, you know what I mean. She told me early on that she always knew it was something, you know, about me. And so, I mean, I guess they say a mother always know their child, so I guess, I mean, she was right. So, I mean, she told me, we had conversations, you know, about, you know, when I got ready to start, you know, and talk to her about, you know what I'm saying, what I wanted to do, what I was about to do, just to see, you know what I'm saying, what she thought about it. And she told me, you know what I'm saying, that it was time. So, I mean, after that, I went full-fledged.
Okay. Before I asked you what is full-fledged, let's talk about. So you do have a child, right? Is what you said?
Yeah, I actually have a 15-year-old son, and then I have a 4-year-old daughter now. Me and my current fiance now, we share a daughter who is actually my cousin's daughter. But we got her out of CPS 3 years ago when she was barely a year old. So we're actually raising her as our own. So yeah, that's a blessing. So.
Okay, your 15-year-old, did he or she have questions?
You know, he's really never had questions. His name is Sinaji.
Okay.
And he's always referred to me as dad because that's what he's always known, you know what I'm saying, from birth up. You know. He now knows, you know what I'm saying, the situation and the circumstances behind, you know, how he got here, why he's here.
Okay.
But I'm still dad.
There was that.
My daughter, you know, I was already in transition when we got her, so she doesn't know anything different but, you know, who I am at this point.
Okay. Do you mind talking about the steps of transition?
Like, I mean...
Right. How does it start? Like, after you make the doctor's appointment, how was everything?
I mean,
what steps is after that?
My transition, I would say, was pretty smooth. I don't know everybody's situation in no case, but my situation was pretty copacetic. I was actually in Dallas doing a consultation for my top surgery, and I had a Zoom visit with my PCP at the same time I was down here doing a consultation for my top surgery to start my testosterone. So it all kind of fell hand in hand together, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, and it kind of coincided because I came down and a week later did my top surgery, and I actually started my testosterone on my birthday, September 3rd, 2020.
So you started testosterone after
No,
your
I started my testosterone
first
3 months
prior.
to me having top surgery. I started testosterone September. I had my top surgery in December.
Okay. Now, when you get on the testosterone, is that in a pill form or a injection?
I take the injection.
Okay. And do you have to go to the doctors to get that done, or do you do
No,
it yourself?
I do it at home.
Are you still on it? You still? Is this something that you will have to take for the rest of your life?
Yeah. If you choose to, yes. I mean, you have the obligation to stop it at any time, any point, you know. But if you choose to stay in transition, it's something that is required for you to take.
Okay, so if you stop at some point, is that where your transition stop? Is that how that works?
Some things about the transition cannot be reversed. You know what I'm saying? So once you start a transition, like the top surgery can't be reversed unless you go back and get breast implants. You know what I'm saying? But the testosterone for itself is just more so a hormone, a male enhanced hormone. And when you're born, you know what I'm saying, everybody has a certain level of testosterone and estrogen, whether you're male or female, you know what I'm saying? Males, cis males just have more testosterone, you know, versus being born cis woman, you know what I'm saying? So being born cis woman, being on testosterone is just boosting the testosterone that's already in your body.
Okay. Now, when you started the testosterone, what did you notice at first that changed?
My like it gives you like an energy surge.
Okay.
It gives you an energy surge. So you get this boost of energy, like, and it just comes like out of nowhere. I noticed that first, and then like a few weeks to a month in, I noticed that my voice started cracking and, you know what I'm saying, shifting. But the crazy thing about being in transition is you're the last one to actually kind of notice the changes in you, because you see yourself every day. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying, you can see the changes. Everybody else will see more changes before you do. And then when they say something and then you go back, then you'll start to know, okay, well now I see it, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy, but it's unique, you know.
Okay. Now, top surgery. How long does that take to heal after it's completed?
I had mine in December, so I had to do maybe I did two post-op appointments. So I would say mine really kind of healed December, January, February, around February. So I would say about 3 months. You know, where I was just able to, and it wasn't like I had it in my head to be. It was really more, I would say, complex, because it was, you know, like I thought it was just gonna be real painful. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that was my case. I can't, you know, speak for everybody else or who the doctor they choose may be. So.
Was some emotions? Did any emotions come with that?
Yeah, I mean, not really. To me, it was all about just being me. So every step I've taken has just brought me closer to being me. You know, if that makes sense. Like, you know, it's like I feel more free. You know what I'm saying? All these years I felt like I was caged in. You know, because I feel like I wasn't able to be myself.
So it's fair to say that you don't have any regrets.
No.
None. Okay. Um, how soon after you had top surgery did you feel comfortable with going shirtless?
Oh
Or
man,
was
it's crazy that you asked that because before I had top surgery, I really never wanted to be without my shirt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt I felt like, no, this is not me. But man, I still had the bandages on, and I was walking around without a shirt, you know. So I was like, yeah, I can walk around without a shirt, like, you know. So I was kind of crunk, like I can't wait till summertime to go outside with no shirt. But yeah. So you know what I mean? I was walking around with the bandages still on. So yeah.
that's right, that's right. Um, how soon how soon did your face hair start coming in?
It took almost a year really before my facial hair just really started just sprouting out, and it was because my barber actually started just shaving my face when I would go, and it kind of just really enhanced the performance.
Do you look like you anticipated before the transition?
In some ways, and in some ways I still like I'm really not where I want to be yet, but I feel much better than I used to.
Are you able to describe where you want to be?
I want to be like I'm, I'm really in the process of going for the bottom part now.
Okay.
So once I get that complete, then I'll feel like I'm really complete.
Now, the bottom is way more complicated, right?
Yes.
How does that work? Do you add something? Does you know?
The bottom is from what I've been exploring and researching. It comes in a variety of different places because you can get RFL, which they take a skin graft from your arm and graft and make you a penis. They can take a skin graft from your thigh, which is called ATL, and they take it from your thigh and they can graft it that way. And then I've also found a couple of surgeons that do abdominal fallow, which they take a graft from your abdominal area and they pull it down and they can make the penis as well that way. So it really just depends on what best fits you in your situation, you know what I'm saying? So it's a few different options out there. It just depends on what you want, and how you want it to look and that type of stuff.
Okay, so when you're on the testosterone, they call it T as well, right?
Yeah.
Does that enhance or do anything to the bottom part?
It does in a sense. It actually makes the bottom expand more, so you can really get up to, just depending on the person, because everybody's different. Everybody's body anatomy is different, but you can really get a good 3 inches. You know what I'm saying? Just from being on T by itself. And then they got options to where you can do a metal surgery where it doesn't require you taking in the skin graft. They just go in and kind of enlarge what you already have down there. You know what I'm saying? And you can get testicles, and so it's a lot of different things and a lot of different options. It's just, like I said, depends on the person and what you want out of it.
Okay. Now, with this, do you lose any type of feeling, sexual drive, or anything? Does it change any of that?
As far as feeling wise, after the surgery, from everything I've read and a couple of people that I know that have already went through the process, it takes a while for the sensation to come back, and it's just from the procedures itself, you know what I'm saying, and giving everything time to heal. But from what I've researched and from what I've been told by others that's already done the process, is the sensation comes back after everything starts to heal.
Okay. And how does your wife feel about this?
You know, that's a good question. I think you should ask her. I
Well,
want to really see what she says.
Should I ask now, or should we do it
No, you
a
should
part
ask her
two?
right now. Excuse me. She has a question for you. Could you come in for a second? She has a quick question for you, please. I don't want to speak for you. I would like for you to speak for yourself.
Hello.
Hi,
Can you introduce yourself?
I am Tomeka.
Okay. How do you feel about your husband's transition?
I really honestly don't feel no way. Due to the simple fact is, this always been him.
Okay.
It's just the outside change that he's changing. The mentality always been there.
Okay. So how long have you guys been together?
Girl, forever and a day. It's been too long.
Okay.
Yeah, I can teen him on by now. It's been 10 years.
Okay. 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 So you went through. Okay. So you've been there
Yes.
before the transition. Okay. Now, when he first told you he wanted to transition, how did you feel? Were you emotional? Like, how did you feel? Because that. Okay.
I wasn't, like I said, the only thing he's changing is the outside. The mentality always been there. It's
Okay.
always been him in the inside. It was just his outer appearance that he was changing.
Okay. Did your mindset change to a point like you felt like you were now in a heterosexual relationship, or did you still feel like you were in a lesbian relationship?
I still feel like I was in a masculine relationship.
Okay. 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 Well, would you like to say anything else about it?
No.
Well, thank
Look,
you.
I'll let y'all have the interview.
Thank you. That was good information. And I wanted to ask that because I have a friend of mine, her husband is a trans man, and in the beginning she had a hard time with that. And that's what she explained to me, that I don't know if I still go feel like it's gonna be a lesbian relationship. Of course, they're still together and everything worked out, so that's what prompted me to ask that question.
Good. I'm glad you asked her. But I wanted her to really answer for herself. That way, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be me saying anything for her.
Yeah.
Versus that she's right here. I feel like it was better for her to just say, you know what I'm saying, how she felt about it. But basically, that's what she told me when I went to her, and I was like, you know, and I just told her I just felt like it's time, you know, I can't, you know what I'm saying, like, my opportunity came, and I didn't want to pass it up, you know, and I felt like if it hadn't been for me being incarcerated like all those years, it may have, but I'm becoming a firm believer that, you know, everything happens, you know what I'm saying, in due season. So my season came, and so I had to take advantage of it.
Now, when you say you really realized that you won with the transition when you were locked up, what was taking place in there that made you come to that decision?
It wasn't anything specific. It was just that when I was in the women's prison, of course, you know what I'm saying, in my head, I knew, okay, I'm in this female form, but my spirit was like, I was out of place. I still felt out of place, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not where I'm supposed to be, because this is not who I am, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when I came home and I had my son and, you know, started doing things, you know, different. And of course, it still took, you know, some years after that. And like I said, when the opportunity finally presented itself and the information was given to me, like, hey, you know, woo. I took the opportunity, and I said I'm not gonna wait any longer, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt like at that point I had already been trapped for so many years, so I really jumped on it because I was like, hey, this is my time to finally free myself, if that makes sense.
That do make sense. Do you mind talking about what that opportunity is? Are you talking about like in the form of insurance, or can you explain that? Like, how was this paid for? I guess is what I'm asking.
Actually, the getting on the testosterone and stuff is through the insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And actually finding a PCP if you don't already have a PCP that you deal with. You have to find a PCP that deals with FTM, you know, MFL, you know what I'm saying, gender affirming people. You have to find a PCP that deals with that type of situation, because honestly, not every PCP out here does. You know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. So if you're not dealing with a PCP that deals with that, you have to find one of those first and foremost.
Okay.
A lot of people say you have to have referrals from psychiatrists, but when I talked to the psychiatrist and she asked me the questions, she was like, well, basically, there's no need for you to spend your money with me because this is, you already know, you know. So basically, what she told me was it was pointless for me to give her my money when I already, this is who I was. I just needed to get released.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like I said, everybody is different. Everybody's background is different. Everybody's story is different. Everybody's story may be similar, but it's going to be different at the same time. You know, so.
Okay. Do you have any people that look at you like they think they know you've been in transition, or everybody just, you think, look at you as, or see you
The
as?
people that don't know me would never know that, you know what I'm saying, I was born female.
Mm-hmm.
The people that knew me before my transition, you know what I'm saying? And some people, with that being said, people that you know, and I say in your past life, because I call it my past life, because that person that I was trapped in, I'm slowly, you know, killing it softly, you know. But it's gonna be people in your past that's gonna always try to remind you of your past. I don't care, you know what I'm saying, how long it's been. It's gonna be somebody or somebody's that's gonna always try to remind you of your past. But you have to be strong enough and comfortable enough with who you are and what you're doing to not let it affect you, you know.
Okay. Okay, and I know I'm kind of all over the place. And what happens though to your menstrual cycle when you get on T?
After a while, I think it took me being on T maybe 3 months before my cycle just really stopped. So after you're on it and it starts to just increase in your body, it blocks your period. But I'm now taking a estrogen blocker. So I take an estrogen blocker pill now that actually decreases the amount of estrogen that's left in my body. So it's really kind of masculating me more,
Okay.
being on the testosterone.
In what ways?
Because it's decreasing the amount of estrogen that's left
Got you.
in my body.
So that's a
See what I'm
test for
saying?
that.
Yeah, so it's great. Yeah.
Got you.
So
Got you.
the less estrogen you have in your body, it makes it less likely for you to have a cycle. You know what I'm saying? So that's currently what I'm doing now.
Okay, can you tell the difference in your mindset? You know what I mean? Like, whereas they say women are very emotional and men aren't. Like, can you actually tell?
And then it's crazy that you say that, because like she just said, like, my mindset has always been, I never thought in my mind I was an actual female. You know what I'm saying? So I never, and it's crazy because my sisters they'll tell you the same thing. Like, I've never thought like I was a female. Like, so they never could come to me with female issues because I couldn't give them female advice because I never thought like a female.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So it's weird, but I guess, you know what I'm saying, hey, but I mean, God obviously knew what he was doing, so I mean, I kind of feel good about that now. So.
Okay, so when did you become aware that you felt like you was trapped in the body you were born in? Like at what age?
Early on in my childhood. I mean, I think I was probably still in middle school. I mean, I never was attracted to guys, you know what I'm saying? So, and I didn't think it was weird, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, ugh, you know, like, that's gross, you know? So, but in my head, it wasn't weird to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I never, like, until I started going through puberty and, you know what I'm saying, the breast started formating and the cycle started coming. It was like, oh, my golly, like, for real? So I was like, man, like, why me? So, you know what I mean? But even after, it was just like, man, like, how do you get it? How do you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of, to me, where the depression started. Because, like I said, I felt trapped, you know what I'm saying, and didn't know how to get out, you know what I'm saying? So that's when the depression started for me. But it was just like, and I don't know, growing up in a single parent home, like I said, it's just something that you learn to adapt to. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're okay with it, you just adapt to being in the situation.
Okay, very educational. Are you still in touch with some of the inmates that you were incarcerated with?
Yeah, a few of them actually a few of them through Facebook, yeah.
So how do they feel about your transition?
Man, and actually, it's crazy. They're really excited because, you know what I'm saying, everybody is like, you know, I'm happy for you, because they knew, like, from being incarcerated with me, how it was then. And, you know what I'm saying, the ones that I associated with and kicked it with, the talks and conversations we had, it's like, man, I'm proud of you, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad you're actually, you know, finally able to do and be you. So, I mean, they're excited, and I think it's a good look. So, yeah, it makes me smile, it makes me happy, you know what I'm saying? Because it's people out there that actually really want to see you be who you want to be and who you need to be.
Were you ever, with your status and your stature, were you ever challenged in the penitentiary by women?
Not really women. I mean, a couple studs, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And not really challenged physically, but challenged to the sense to where we'll see which one get the girl type stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay. I actually want to do a couple of parts, like part 1, part 2, because I want to get into this promoting
Okay.
that you're doing too, and whatever else we need to elaborate on just to build it.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to just want to share?
I just want to share Phatkidz Entertainment promotion, as well as Phatkidz custom designs, t-shirts, you know, just building a small brand, you know what I'm saying, trying to do something different, trying to build on a vision that I think will be real prosperous, you know what I'm saying, and eventful at the same time. People just have to learn how to, what's the word I want to use? I guess people just need to learn how to be, I guess, your own mind opinionated, you know what I'm saying? Because people are so quick to piggyback on something that somebody else is doing or saying, versus if I want to support, then I'm not going to support if you're not supporting. But if you're supporting, no, I'm going to do what I want to do because I want to do this, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Now, how did you come with the name Phatkidz?
It's actually a nickname from my baby sister. Because actually before I caught COVID, I weighed 220. And so yeah, I was kind of a thick fella. So, and the name really came from my baby sister, and she used to call me Fat Kid all the time. So I just said, pushing forward, hey, that's catchy. So I'm gonna keep that because it's personal to me. You know what I'm saying? So I just said okay. So when I started, when my mentor came to me with the proposition of starting, promoting and stuff, and she was like, you need to come up with a name, and of course, my street name is Solo. And so I've been, solo since I was 15, but I was like, yeah, that's personal too. But I just said, I'll stick with Phatkidz because it's more homey, it's more, Solo is more streetwise, you know what I'm saying? So I stuck with the Phatkidz because, like I said, it's personal, it's a nickname my sister gave me, so I just felt like, okay, well, Phatkidz Entertainment is what it is. Phatkidz Custom Designs is what it is for the tees, so, you know what I'm saying, to keep it close to home and personal.
Can you let the viewers know what the spelling is and what platforms they can find you on?
Phatkidz is spelled P-H-A-T, K-I-D-Z Entertainment, Same as for Phatkidz Custom, is P-H-A-T K-I-D-Z Customs and Designs. And you can follow me, on Facebook, TikTok. I have an Instagram, and the Instagram is on the Shunn Lofton as well as the Facebook, aka Solo.
And what kind of entertainment are you looking for?
Really, I'm really right now looking to stick with bringing the R&B vibe, the LGBTQ R&B vibe to Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that's well needed in where I'm from. Granted, we have LGBTQ events there, but nothing R&B. So yeah, I'm trying to bring a different look, a different vibe.
Okay. Well, let the viewers know what your name is again.
Facebook is Shunn Lofton, aka Solo. Phatkidz Entertainment / Phatkidz Customs and Designs for tees.
And then I'm thinking, let's do some part 1, 2, 3. But then I also I'm thinking maybe go live with you when you putting together one of the promotion deals or actually in the motion, and I'll just follow you. Seriously.
Actually have a second. I'm doing a fall festival event this October. Pushing October the 6th, so the first week in October, first Friday in October, I'm looking to do my second event, and it's going to be a fall festival.
And where is this going to be at?
It's going to be in Lubbock.
And that's Lubbock, Texas, you guys, for
Correct.
those that don't know.
Yeah.
All right. How far is Lubbock from Dallas?
It's about 5 hours.
Okay. Okay, well, Phatkidz Entertainment it is. Cali Kesh in the building. We're going to get back at you with part 2. All righty.
Y'all stay safe.
That's right.